Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chesterton's Jest, where we keep a critical eye on faith and culture, especially within the Catholic Church today. In an age where even church teachings seem to be shifting, we're here to explore and question the ideas and changes that challenge timeless truths. Through thought-provoking, often humorous perspectives, we aim to bring clarity to conversations others might avoid, holding fast to orthodoxy with the courage to question what feels off track. If you would like to join us as we dig deeper into the faith with reverence, wit, and a touch of Chestertonian insight, you can support this channel by gently pressing the like, share, and subscribe buttons in that order, and we thank you for your support. And now, without further ado, the story of Jack the Criminal and the scandalous last-minute mercy of God. In the fleeting theatre of life, where eternity hangs by the thinnest thread, consider Jack, the kind of man whose resume of sin would make even the devil take notes. Murder, theft, and a disdain for anything resembling virtue had defined his days. Jack was not merely a sinner, he was a professional, a virtuoso of vice who regarded the Ten Commandments as a quaint suggestion rather than divine law. One fateful night, as Jack concluded yet another robbery with his customary flourish, this time leaving two victims lifeless, justice intervened in the form of a bullet. Fired by a police officer, it struck him squarely in the chest, shattering both his criminal career and his illusion of invincibility. As the EMTs raced him to the hospital, Jack's pulse slowed, his life ebbing away with each agonizing breath. Yet in that ambulance, amidst the cacophony of sirens and the whispered urgency of paramedics, Jack encountered not despair, but a quiet voice. It was not the jeering of his victims, nor the sinister cackle of demons. No, it was the unmistakable voice of Christ, calm and inviting.
"Jack,"
the voice said with a serenity that defied the chaos around him,
"will you let me save you?"
For a man like Jack, whose pride was as robust as his criminal record, admitting fault was akin to death itself. But here, on the brink of eternity, pride crumbled like a sandcastle against the tide. Jack rasped just a single word.
"Sorry."
It wasn't eloquent, it wasn't profound, and it certainly wasn't rehearsed. But it was enough. Heaven doesn't demand perfection. It only requires the slightest crack in the armor of sin for grace to flood in. Jack's salvation led him not directly into the unfiltered glory of heaven, but to that mysterious antechamber known as purgatory. Imagine it, if you will, like the 12-hour line at Disneyland's newest, most exhilarating ride. The line winds and twists all the way around, allowing you to witness, with both envy and anticipation, the faces of those who've made it onto the ride. You can hear their laughter, see their joy, and taste the promise of what awaits you. Yet you remain in the queue, standing in the hot sun, slowly inching forward. This is all but a silly attempt by man to illustrate that purgatory is not punishment in the punitive sense. It is longing, stretched to its limits. It is the fire of divine love, cleansing a soul, refining it for the ecstasy of entering into God's presence. In Jack's case, the line was long, it got hot, and the sun was intense. But even as his sins were purged, the vision of what lay ahead fueled his hope and joy. For he was no longer outside the gates of heaven, but on the threshold, enduring the final refinement that would make him worthy of the beatific vision. This is the scandal of mercy, the divine paradox that confounds human logic. Jack, the unrepentant sinner turned penitent in the final seconds of his life, was saved, not by his deeds, which were abominable, but by the boundless grace of a God who desires not the death of the sinner, but that he should turn and live. Jack's story is a tale of hope and warning. It reveals the absurd, almost comical generosity of divine mercy, a mercy that does not tally our worthiness, but simply waits for the faintest invitation. Yet, it also reminds us not to gamble with the clock, for while Jack's salvation is a cause for marvel, it is also a cautionary tale. Time has a cruel habit of running out when least expected. So let us not wait for the 11th hour to turn our hearts to Christ. For Jack may have been saved as through fire, but the rest of us would do well to aim for something higher, lest the clock strike 12 before we are ready. If you liked this video diatribe and found it informative and entertaining, please support us with a like and a share. It helps the algorithm. And please head on over to chestertonsjest.com and check out our collection of graphic t-shirts that illuminate and reflect our wonderful Catholic faith. At Chesterton's Jest, we believe there's no better way to express your unwavering faith than with a little wit and humour. Because, as G.K. Chesterton said, angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. Thanks for listening. God bless you, and may the good Lord be praised.